Today, Cemtember concludes with a supersized Seek the Zinc compilation. We are looking for grave markers from the Monumental Bronze Company, whose mail-order metal monuments have been captivating us all holiday season. We start our search at Trinity Church, Cemetery and Mausoleum, which is a beautiful cemetery in Manhattan's Hamilton Heights. I didn't find any Zinkies here, but I do love their tombstone tassel border. Next, we take the Metro North train to return to one of my favorite cemeteries, the spooky, sleepy, hollow cemetery. And while it does have more of my favorite tassel border, I didn't have much hope for Zinkies. I associate Sleepy Hollow with older tombstones and being the final resting place of the Van Tassel family. But don't be like me and sleep on Sleepy Hollow, because they have a great, small collection of zinc monuments in a variety of beautiful styles. Also, while we were here, I wanted to visit the namesake of my tassel child, Dwen. They are named after this tombstone, which I misread 2 years ago. I thought this said Dwen instead of Owen, and as a mother, I have to live with that decision every day. Finally, my favorite part of Sleepy Hollow is the wooden bridge, which connects nicely to the stone bridge on the Isle of Tibidabo. This island is managed by Tortellini, who is the undertaker of Perpetual Self-Care Cemetery, which doesn't have any Zinkies, but it does have a cow skull, which is a direct reference to the Holy Cross Cemetery in Brooklyn, where I once found a cow skull. This was at the beginning of the plague, when I would spend hours here every day just wandering around, but this was before I knew about Zinkies. So even though I feel like I have this cemetery memorized, I had to return to seek the Zinc. And that search was a surprise success. I had never noticed this lone zinc monument before with the symbol IHS, which some say translates to Jesus. And did you know the letter CB stand for Cemetery Belt, which is where we're headed next? The CB is this enormous grouping of cemeteries in Queens, which includes Cypress Hills Cemetery. And you know how they say zinc expectations are premeditated Cemtember resentments? Well, you won't be feeling those at Cypress Hills because they have several beautiful Zinkies. They also have a large highway running through the cemetery, and the bridge which connects the two cemetery sections has been decommissioned, which led to a moment of peasant transportation panic, until I spotted the nearby tunnel, which does give you easy access to the other side of Cypress Hills. Then we stayed in the CB to return for a third time to All Faith Cemetery. Some of you might remember this cemetery as the one being sued by the New York Attorney General. The lawsuit was filed in 2019 and is still ongoing. And visiting this cemetery is an unusual experience because there are many areas which are maintained, like you would expect in any other cemetery. And then there are other specific areas which appear to have been completely abandoned for years. And the more cemeteries we visit, the more unique I realize this cemetery situation is. And speaking of unique, we return to Tibidabo for our last Cemtember pilgrimage to the Least Holy Trinity Cemetery. Tortellini did grow upset when we inquired about Zinkies yet again, but we didn't dwell on it, because Cemtember isn't just about Zinkies or lawsuits. It's about however you want to engage with the history, the beauty, and the personality of the cemeteries in your life. So thank you again for celebrating with us for a third year. I think this has been our best Cemtember together to date.